Today's song choice is an absolute classic, dating back from 1984, that being the likes of Leonard Cohen and his Hallelujah from the album Various Positions, I would say 1984. Question number 1. How many semibreves or whole note rests are featured in the extract that is written on the screen? Okay, this here is a semibreve rest, not to be confused with this one here. As you can see, one hangs down from the 4th line of the staff, the other one goes upwards from the 3rd line of the staff. We have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. So the answer would be 3. Okay, question number 2. What key is the extract or the piece of music in? What you got to look for is in between the clef, which is featured here. You have a treble and a bass clef, and also the time signature, which is this number here. We will come to that one later on. That being C major, and that means that there's no sharps or flats featured in the key signature. The answer would be for that one, C major is the key of the extract. Moving on to number 3, which is a 2-part question. Part A, what is the highest note? Now, we've got a grand staff here, which basically means you've got, as I mentioned before, the treble clef and the bass clef. So in this case, that is the highest note, which features quite a few times throughout the extract. That note there, being on the treble clef, is A. Now, what's the lowest note? Now we go to the bass clef. The highest note is going to be the A, and the lowest note is going to be the F. On question number 4, we've got describe the note with the dots that is placed next to them. So in this case, it's referring to this note here, for example. It also features here. We've got a dotted crotchets. So we take one crotchet or quarter note, halve that, which is an 8th note, and we add it in terms of value, and that becomes a dotted crotchet or quarter note, which is the equivalent of 3 8th notes. Okay, so let's see if you've got similar description to what I've put there. Dotted crotchet or quarter note, meaning 1.5 times the value of a quarter note or crotchet. 2-part question number 5, moving on nicely. Name the notes of the A minor tonic triad. So in A minor tonic triad, we would have the first note, which is A. We would have the 3rd note, which is going to be C, A, B, C. And then we would have the 5th note, which is going to be A, B, C, D, E. So A, C, and E all feature in the tonic triad of A minor. Bar number 2. Now, do we have a repeat here? Yes, we do. Bar number 4. We've got another repeat there. And then we've also, do we have any more repeats? Yes, we do. Bar number 6 is repeated again. And also bar number 8. The answer would be Part A, A, C and E, as we discussed before, is a note that feature in an A minor tonic triad. Part B, 4 times features in the extract. Give yourself a point for each one of those answers. Let me know what your favourite piece of music is, what your favourite artist is, favourite song, and what I can do, future stream. I'd be more than happy to do a little quiz based around that particular piece of music. Moving on to question number 6, we have, what does the performance direction MP stand for? Now, 2-point question. A, in Latin, if you can describe it in Latin, please, and also what that means as an English equivalent. MP, that sits right at the beginning of the piece. This is a performance direction, mezzo or piano. And in the English equivalent, that means moderately. Struggle to say that word, always do. What word do you struggle to say? Never say it properly first time. Moderately quiet. Okay, in this case. If you're unsure of what the exact explanation of performance directions are, I've actually got a video dedicated to a beginner performance directions, so go and check that one out. Okay, another 2-part question here. 2 points up for grabs. What is the time signature of the piece? And B, describe what this means. In this case, we have, it's not your simple time signature. This is more of a complex time signature. 6/8. Part B, describe what that means. The best way to do this is, if you're unsure, take the top number, which always refers to how many, and then the bottom number always refers to what kind of. So in this case, 6, how many, 8th note, beats in every measure or bar. So the answer for that will be to part A, 6/8 timing, and part B, 6 quaver notes or 8th notes that feature in each measure or bar. Last question. Now, as I mentioned before, if you're doing a music theory exam, you will always get a written piece where you will get a blank staff or stave, and you will have to rewrite certain parts of an extract. Rewrite bars 1 and 2, 1 octave higher, and include the full grand staff. Keep the notes of the same value. As we can see, we've got them placed, these notes placed in the bass clef. We've got to rewrite them 1 octave higher, and that's how they're going to look, as 1 octave higher, 1 octave being 8 notes, so every note is 8 notes higher. Now let's have a listen, because we're all about the music, so let's hear how that will sound 1 octave higher. Beautiful. For that one, if you got the following, 1 point for each of the following, okay? If you drew out the grand staff, okay, with the treble and the bass clef, 1 point. Time signature and the perform start direction, a 2nd point. If you place these notes in the correct order, as you see displayed here, 1 octave higher, 3rd point. If you included the whole note, semibreve rests on the bass clef, give yourself 4 points.